everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. I'm Deborah. Today we're going to be testing out Betty Crocker's gluten-free mixes. If you are like me starting out, trying to master gluten-free cooking and baking is such a challenge, and I really appreciate that a lot of the companies out there are starting to make ready-to-serve mixes that will help us prepare foods that we can eat. Today we're going to be trying out the chocolate chip cookie recipe. I'm going to answer all of your burning questions. Are they really easy to make? Do they even turn out? Do they taste any good? Come along with me as we try them out. So we're first going to make the cookies, and we're going to follow the instructions on the back. You're going to add a half a cup of some softened butter. Now I'm going to be using vegan basil to keep this recipe dairy-free. 1 tablespoon of water, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 1 egg. So let's So I pre-measured a tablespoon of water. We're going to pour that in. We're also going to add our softened dairy-free margarine. Plop that in there. We're also going to add a splash of vanilla. And 1 egg. Then we're going to combine this and mix it all together. Now you could definitely use a hand mixer. That might actually be a little bit easier. You could also even maybe try putting it in a stand mixer. But I would like to see how this comes together just using the simple method that probably everyone has at home. Now on this recipe box, it does not say how many cookies this recipe will yield. It also says that once you bake them in the oven for 11 to 13 minutes, you're then supposed to let them cool for 2 minutes before removing them from the rack. I love this little cookie scoop. I do find it makes making cookies a lot easier. And I also don't know if I'm supposed to press these cookies down with a fork, or I'm gonna roll them a little bit. So I think I will do one pan where we slightly press them down with a fork, and I'll do another pan maybe where I just leave them as is. We'll test things out. Okay, now let's put them in the oven. I'm going to place them in the middle rack for the most even heat, and we'll check back in 11 minutes. Okay, the timer went off. Let's check these puppies out. This is after 11 minutes. They're definitely looking a little wet, so I'm gonna leave them in for the 2 more minutes. Okay, here they are at 13 minutes. We're gonna let them cool for 2 minutes, and then put them on to our cooling rack. Okay, it has been 2 minutes. And they are super easy to take off the cookie sheet. On second thought, I think I will lightly press these down. Just while we're testing, we might as well test and make sure what the difference is. So this recipe yielded 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 chocolate chip cookies. So let's bake these and see how they turn out, being pressed down a little bit. Okay, these are the ones that we flattened down. This is after 12 minutes, and they definitely look cooked. So here are the two batches of cookies. The ones on the right, we slightly flattened down, and the ones on the left, we just left them in balls and let them bake as is. These baked for 13 minutes, these baked for 12. So let me know what you think. Which ones do you prefer? So before we do a final taste test of these cookies, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone in my community and say thank you, thank you, thank you for hitting that subscribe button, as I recently qualified to have an Amazon storefront. I have linked my Amazon storefront as well as a bunch of other items in my description box down below. I have a number of sections in my storefront, from gluten-free food and snacks, gluten-free baking essentials, canning and preservation, books I read, health and beauty, supplements and makeup that I use. There is something there for everyone. So be sure to check it out. And thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me meet this milestone. Now back to the taste test. Okay, so we're first going to try the cookie that we didn't flatten and see if there is any different taste between the ones that we did flatten. Now the ones that we flattened. So there definitely is a difference. The ones that we didn't flatten are a little bit more chewy and yeah, have a really wonderful texture. The ones that we flattened are a little bit more crumbly. So depending on how you like your cookies, there's something for everyone, flatten or not flatten. But I think we can call this testing of Betty Crocker's chocolate chip cookie ready to serve mix a resounding success. So I encourage you that if you're looking for a quick, gluten-free, sweet treat to make at home, try out Betty Crocker's chocolate chip cookies. Thanks everyone for joining me today. Be sure to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe, as it helps the YouTube algorithm. And we will see you all again soon. Bye-bye.